Yup. Mic check. Mic check. I hope everyone can hear me, baby. Um, Roka, can you hear me?
Can you?
Oh my goodness, fantastic. And yoink, we are officially there. Hello, you wonderful internet people. My name is AJ, the Soul. Hopefully, you guys are doing a wonderful, having a wonderful day. Today, beside me, my partner in crime and my husband is gonna be Roka. Roka, say hi, Roka.
Hello, hi, Roka.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, so we are here doing AO again. Now, it has been a while since we've done this, and I don't remember the last time we did.
4 years.
You didn't have to,
4 years.
you didn't have to put a number to it, but now I feel older. But it's fine. We gonna make it work. We gonna make it work. Basically, we're just gonna talk about whatever it is that we want to talk about. So, hey, Roka, how you doing today? This on this morning.
Am I being honest or am I doing the typical? I'm good. I'm so great. Like everything's wonderful. Everything's wonderful and fine. And
Uh, let's
things
do
are just
both.
so perky right now.
Let's do both. Okay, you did that one.
Hmm?
It's good. It's good. Let's
Okay, yeah, I did that one.
do the other one.
Oh, the other one. I don't think there's a word for it.
Mm.
And each time we do a phone call, I go like, ah, or I go like, ooh. Right now, right now, it feels like a, huh?
Hmm.
Uh,
Wanna explain or expand on that a
right?
little bit?
Yeah,
Whatever you feel
absolutely.
comfortable sharing with the internet
So
people.
so recently, yeah, I mean, I wear my heart on my sleeve for the most part. I try to be as honest as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Honesty is the best policy, unless you're getting robbed. Okay, in which case, white line is okay. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
so recently, so recently, me and my good friend Alex, business partner, we've been getting a lot more opportunities to do freelance work for photography, videography stuff, which has been great and cool. At the same time, though, we're both kind of like, why us? Like, we're happy about it. We're like, yes, all right, cool. But also, why us?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Shoot, my relationship with my wife right now has been nice and calm and peaceful. And, we have a problem, we talk about it, come to a solution, and work on it. And I'm just kind of like, why?
Is
Right?
this one
I
of those
don't
things where
trust.
sometimes
Don't
one of
trust.
the things where you feel like something bad is about to happen because you've had so many like okay stuff happening that
Yes.
you're like okay just drop the
Yes.
ball already, please.
Exactly. Just drop the ball. And my first step to know that's just your nervous system and anxiety, not to that you're in a peaceful moment, right? Because
Mm.
literally your body is so used to chaos. So when things are peaceful, you don't know how to regulate yourself in that space or in that time.
Mm-hmm.
So your body's like, no, it has to be chaotic. That is your peace, unfortunately. And I see it within my students that I teach, right? Whenever the room gets quiet, someone always asks, why is it so quiet?
Mm.
They literally cannot function in a peaceful setting. Not just them, like me too, right? I'm not saying like my life was, I mean, everyone. I think everyone has some sort of trauma, but yeah, I've always lived with people. So when things are peaceful or quiet, things not really happening, I'm kind of like, this is nice.
So what's gonna happen next?
All right, where's the attacker?
Yeah.
What will happen
Okay.
next?
Mm. I mean, I do get that. I think that there is something of like I don't know if it's I don't know if it's biological. I don't know if it's just a product of your environment where you grew up and everything, but there is a sense of anxiety that comes with calm because you see the world we live in, you see all the stuff that's been going on. You can see how having too many good things makes you feel like okay, something bad has to happen. Because look at us, look at our lives, right? We grew up through what is basically terrorist attacks. We've grown up through
Mm-hmm.
uh, economic collapse. The housing market's not doing very well. Job market's not doing so great.
What?
Um, we are now banning books, which
Banning books.
I think banning any book is bad. People have to be able to read. But as you have been stating to me so many times, people cannot read. Well, 56% of adults cannot read past a sixth grade American level, and that's not great. So it's
54% of it, not just people, it's adults. It's adults.
sorry,
Adults.
sorry, adults. You're so right.
It's okay.
Cannot read,
Oh
and
gosh, I'm
so
so sorry.
I do understand the whole like okay, too many good things are happening. When is the bad thing gonna happen now? So it makes sense. Do you have any way to,
Yeah,
I guess, rectify that feeling, or do you just let it float in the middle of your soul?
I think I think that's funny because you're ace or so.
You can call me AJ. It's fine.
I think for my no, 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 I'm just no. It's just funny you said in your soul. It's just, I find it funny because like your Twitch stuff and everything is in your soul. But to answer your question, I think I'm somewhere right now in the middle where it's kind of like, yeah, you know what? I acknowledge this feeling. I know this is it, and I try to accept the good things that are happening. Or I'll do my own little video. Like I have a YouTube thing. I do web series, web series, a little series called "Dear Child, I Love You," and you've seen a few of them, where I try to give advice to my kid, just my current situation because my parents didn't do it for me. And the last video I did was something more positive. It was called Bentley's Law. Um, Bentley's Law is essentially a law saying that if you're a drunk driver and you kill a parent, you legally have to pay for child support for the kid, uh, for that kid.
Interesting.
Which I was
Okay.
like, you know what? I think that's a good law. Yeah, and it's been passed in I think Tennessee, Kentucky, Maine, and Texas. And I was like, oh, Texas, y'all passed a good law. Interesting.
Okay. Um, is there any reason why it hasn't been passed in other
So
locations?
yeah,
It just hasn't come up.
Bentley's law is fairly new. It got started because this kid, Bentley, and I believe his two siblings, their parent died, and their grandmother had to take care of them. And she's a grandma. She's kind of like financially it's hard to take care of three kids or two kids. So she started advocating, pushing for Bentley's laws that way future kids will have the same situation. And as of right now, it's only been four states, I think. And don't quote me on this, like seven others are like talking about it. There's been a little bit of a push for it. I'm personally a little advocate. I only have like 20 views, but hey, 20 people know about it.
20 views? What do you mean 20 views?
I mean, my little video for that I made for Bentley's Laws, it's like that was my little contribution to Bentley's Laws. Like, and
Got it. I thought you were saying there were 20
it was
views for
punched.
this stream, and I was like, there is no way you're lying to me.
No, no, I don't
don't,
even know. I
don't,
checked
don't, don't,
those.
no, don't even check. Don't even tell me.
Yeah.
Whenever I
Oh,
hear
oh,
the
okay.
viewer count for my streams, I grow
Mm,
anxious. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna just
interesting.
let it rock. I have my
Just
viewer
put it
count
on there.
hidden for
Okay.
me on my Streamlabs, so I never know how many people
Smart.
are watching at the time. I just talk, and it'll be fine. Cool. My wife says I need
Yeah.
to. Ooh, my wife. My wife says I need to learn how to
Ah,
be a
right, right,
bit
right,
more.
right.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, fucking, you know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. We're not gonna bypass that, man. It's the whole year segment.
Oh God. Yep. So I've been married for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, two.
Hmm,
No,
hmm, hmm.
2 weeks now, and it has been a ride for sure. Um, I'm not gonna get into all the heavy details, but I liked the wedding. It was great. It was fun. I enjoyed myself. I I know that weddings are supposed to be stressful in the planning phase, and it was, but it was not a stress that I
Hmm.
couldn't handle. Right? It was just like a,
Yeah.
hey, regardless of whatever happens, this wedding's happening anyway. So don't stress out about things
Yep.
that are not under your control. Stress about things that are under your control, and then fix it. I will allow myself to get stressed about the things that
Yes.
are under my control because I can now fix it to make myself less stressed about it. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Totally makes sense.
the like the food wasn't eh. Um, some of the guests were causing drama, but I did have a wonderful support group to help me through it. And there was one time, someone came over to me and was like, hey, it's so good to see you. What do you need?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm just doing this. I'm doing that." Like, okay, no, I hear you. I hear you. I listen. And because she had actually gotten married like just literally a year before this, and so she goes, "Oh yeah, no, yeah, I hear you." Grabs my arm. What do you need? And I'm like, I,
Everything.
I, He's like, do you need a shot? Do you need a shot of something? And I'm like, no, I don't wanna take a shot or anything right now. I'm about to get married. And she's like, okay, I'll back off. And then 10 minutes later, I find her again. I'm like, hey, listen. And she's like, got you. What do you want? What kind do you want? I'll get it for you right now. Here, you know what? I got it in my bag. I'm like, your bag? He's like, yep, I got you.
I got it in my bag.
I was like, I don't know if I'm just taking it back. She's like, okay, I'll go downstairs. I'll go downstairs and get it. And I was like, okay, cool. You get it downstairs. She gets it. I take a shot of, I don't even remember. I think it was just rum. And I take a deep breath and go, okay, okay. This and this and this are actively bothering me. And she goes, I can fix one of those problems right now, here. And I go, oh, thank you. It's like, that's one thing you don't have to worry about.
Bag.
Go, go to do the other two things. I got this one thing for you. Trust me, I got it. And it's like, okay. So,
You know what would be funny? If she comes back like half an hour later with the body bags, I fixed it.
who is that in there? Don't worry about it. Do you know where a dumpster is?
That's your problem.
No. All my friends were great. Um, my immediate family got to be there. It was great, and we had a good time. We walked down the aisle to a song from Epic the Musical. Have you watched all of it or watched some of it? Do you know about
Yeah,
it?
you showed me the whole thing.
Just double checking.
You showed me the whole thing.
Just double checking.
You showed me though, and I was just like, "Hey, is this an actual player?" You were like, "No." I was like, what do you mean? No.
We walked down the aisle to the last song of "Will You Fall in Love with Me Again," which is very emotional for me and my wife. So that was good. And then after we got married, we didn't actually plan a walk down out. Like we didn't plan an exit. So we just walked down, and as I was walking down to "This Will Be an Everlasting Love," this will right. As we just walk out, because we didn't tell the DJ to do that. He just did it, and I was like, "Hey, good job, DJ." And as we walk out, in my head, I was like, "Oh, we didn't plan an exit, huh?" They'll figure it out. I'm married, and I just walk out. Luckily, all my friends that were like bridesmaid and groomsmen all understood to walk out with each other again, right? So it worked out. Then we did our first dance to "Unforgettable" by Nat
Mm-hmm.
King Cole. Um, Beautiful
Yeah.
song. Yeah, and then after that, it was just people wanting to take pictures with us, people wanting to give us food, people wanting to give us drinks. Um, it was a really nice time. You only have your first wedding one time, so felt good.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, technically, I had it twice, but yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean, like, so, like, the first time got legally married, around the state, woohoo. And the second time was one of family and friends, the ceremony, the whole thing. Get a deep,
Well, then you would
nice
get. Well, then
private
the first time was the first time. That's what I mean when I say you only have it the first time. The
first time,
first time.
yeah.
I'm gonna have another one, and another one's gonna be in a year. Um, Thought it was gonna be 2028. Nope, it's gonna be 2027 now.
Wait, why not 2028?
We can talk about that outside of this podcast thing.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Not
Fair enough.
yep. Next year, getting married again.
Okay.
Ooh. We will need help, but it's fine.
Okay.
I don't like talking about myself. Talking about
You
myself is
mind
hard.
if I you mind if I switch over to something a little more political, and I got some questions to answer people.
Oh, absolutely. Please.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I don't know if you heard, but this past week there's been a news report about Cesar Chavez. You know Cesar Chavez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's been a report that Cesar Chavez was involved, not involved, but doing and conducting sexual assault against minors up to women and young girls in ages like 13 to like 19 years old
Uh
during
huh.
the whole entire California workers protest.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that, and also some other things, stating the fact that he was kind of against illegal immigrants or illegal workers, and just wanted to protect just like the legal ones. So,
Okay.
um,
Who's coming
see,
forward with these
so
allegations?
this past, uh, the women now who are in their 70s and 60s who were close to his family. Um, so far, I've only read three or four. Um, However, I believe there are more. I believe it was printed by the New York Times and a few other news articles.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right, and what I've seen in response to that is that if there's like a Cesar Chavez statue with his name on it, they will block out his name. If there's a painting of him with the movement, they painted him out, and I'm just like, hey, like this is great, right? We are trying to more or less correct the history and just like focus more on the movement, right? Well, cool, I get that. My only question is, how come we don't have the same energy for certain other people?
Who are other people?
Other people in the sense of just in the political aspects, right? I'm going to name drop. I'm going to be the presidents. Um, Presidents, those who are in the lists, right? We have all this animosity and ability to literally. I mean, the man is dead. Chief Chavez is dead. But these people are still alive. And we're also just doing their fingers, being like, well, we don't know what to do. How do we? What are we supposed to do? I'm like, guys, come on, y'all, come on. I know we're 54%, but we could do something. We could do something.
54%.
Okay.
There is a way to look at this with Cesar Chavez, which is my immediate response is while he made major contributions to the agricultural society and to farmers everywhere, there are people that have to. I mean, you have to understand that he is a flawed man, like most people are. So what they're doing now with his name and with the
Hmm.
statues, and everything, great. Um, but the point I'm making is major contributions to society part. Um,
Yeah.
People these days rarely make that big of a contribution and on a positive scale. So when you have people nowadays that are still alive that should be having the same things or similar things happen to them, um, I think what stops that from happening is the cult following around them. They,
Yeah.
I don't,
I agree.
I didn't read up too much on Cesar Chavez, just the contributions that he made. So I don't know if he had his own like cult following, but I'm gonna assume not because Mexican worker, right?
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, I mean, I
what
was
I'm,
gonna
what I'm
add the
saying
fact
is,
that
oh yeah, go ahead.
yeah, no, no, go finish your point. Finish your point, man. Finish your
No,
point.
what I'm saying is that there is always going to be that people that are trying to do similar things to the people that are alive today, but it's never going to go fully through because of that cult personality, that cult aspect, and probably how much money that they have to block out stuff from the media, block out stuff from so like social media, from TV coverage, from most other things because they have the ability and the money to do that. To answer your question.
No, that's a fair point. No, 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 that's a fair point. That is a fair point. You have a fair criticism to that. The only thing I was gonna add was like some people within like Chavez's like inner circle knew about these. Like people in the community kind of knew, but they were just kind of like, nah, we got to keep the movement going. So, yeah, similar thing. You know, it was the cult back. I would more or less you can see the cult back then was like, no, protect it, keep it going.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I'm sure there were plenty
and
of things that like
yeah,
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks. I'm sure they all had skeletons in their closet. We just may not know about them, or maybe we do. Like we know some things, but maybe not everything. And if something were to come out about them, would we have the same reaction as black people? Would we?
that's fair. I I mean, I do know about Dr. King's alleged affairs, right? And I have literally seen in real time, like some black people like, nah, not my king. I'm just like,
But it's
okay, I hear you,
but
but
but it did happen. It's documented and it's known.
it's documented. It's fairly well known. I for one am not excusing it whatsoever. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but when you're, I would say when you are on the road for months at a time and your life could be killed every single day, all the time, and you have all that stress and pressure. Again, I am not excusing it. I'm just saying I understand. You just like I need to release some stress. I know Dr. King drank, right? Not an alcoholic. But I know he had alcohol, and I know that he had some affairs. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X. I What I do know about Malcolm X was that when he died, the doctor who did the autopsy on him said he had the cleanest stomach he'd ever seen for an adult man. Um,
Because he
which
didn't
means
eat
the fact
pork
that
and
he
stuff.
didn't drink alcohol at all. He didn't eat pork and he didn't drink alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
He was essentially, I would say like a full-on vegetarian, but essentially to that sort of level extent. And I could be wrong about at least the part about him being vegetarian. But the portion about him having a clean stomach was something I can definitely look to and admire. And then I know also one of the reasons why he was leaving the Nation of Islam because the leader Farrakhan, I always forget his name, but he was having also affairs outside of his marriage, and not was that I can't support a man like that. So that's why he wanted to go do his own thing.
Okay. No, I mean, yeah, people are flawed, and when you look at the history of those flawed people, even if they've made like these major contributions to civil rights, to society in general, to different groups of working class people, you have to ask yourself: Are you going to excuse? Are you going to excuse any negative things that they have done, so that you can push this agenda forward? And my response to that is no. I'm not going to make excuses for them because I know they're people and that they are flawed humans. Doesn't mean that I can't put them under a microscope and be like, hey, because you are the leader of this movement, or because you have shown to have major contributions to this movement, you have to be held slightly above most other people who are not in this position because you are a leader, right? You're supposed to be an example, so you got to take all of it. You can't just take the good parts. Take all of it. If it shows that you are not that good of a person, then yeah, show that. Keep the project moving forward. There will always be more leaders to find if it gets that bad. So, I mean, back to Cesar Chavez, the fact that people are, I mean, I don't know. Do you consider this canceling? I don't think. I mean, from what you're describing, I don't think it's like full on cancel. It's just not him not being as celebrated.
Uh, I mean, theoretically, I guess it is cancelable again. They are removing his name and removing his face from political movements and
Sure,
political
yeah.
leaders.
Okay, so get canceling. So for him, the fact that he is having his name removed from all this stuff, um, cool, do it. As long as you don't forget his name, you know, like he still did
Yeah,
all of this stuff.
no, that's fair.
Just don't like you can remove it and not have it be celebrated or put out there as much, but keep it in the history books if we still have history books in the next few years. Um, just
We, we will have history books. They'll just be historically inaccurate and incorrect. And then people who can't read past sixth grade, people who can't read past sixth grade will just read the books and be like, oh, yeah, I know about history now.
okay, all right. You're gonna be like a history warrior with like war paint on your face and a spear or something. I don't know. And you're gonna be like, no, these histories are. Sorry, wait. Oh my god. Sorry,
I
just
mean,
imagining like the war on history is in my head now, and just having people like
mm,
you, who you teach history, you just like
yeah.
keep all the books to yourself in your home, and it's like in a bunker somewhere, and people come to your house and like, we want the books, and you're like, you can't have it, and you stab people with a spear. Something.
I'd love asking a bunch of dumb stuff questions and be like, what year was Abraham Lincoln born? And I'm like, 1865. Get out of my face.
Get out.
Get out.
Side note: I bought this crown from this music festival yesterday. It was the Highland Music Festival, so it's like Irish and Scottish culture. And I bought this crown. It's for my wife, but I'm gonna put it on.
Because you were king. Because you were king. That's why.
Hmm.
Damn, that looks
Now,
good. I'm not gonna lie.
this looks weird.
Now it fits.
Okay, because it does not fit. It is actually squeezing in my head, and I am in pain. But pretty hurts. Beyonce said it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, really hurts. That's right.
Hmm.
I do want to add because we're talking about Beyonce real quick. The fact that when Beyonce was pregnant, I'm having twins, and a bunch of women were like, "Boy, you gotta have twins too. What are we doing?
Wait, wait,
What are we
what?
doing?"
Wait, what? What happened?
Oh, so yeah, so years ago when Beyonce was pregnant, I think the second time, right, and twins, and she made the announcement. A lot of women, and I'm when I say a lot, let me emphasize, a lot of women in the beehive were like, I want to be pregnant now, and I want to have twins. How much
Cult
biological?
personality, cult
My
mentality.
yes, 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 and I think about that song, "Cult of Personality." You know that song?
I know the song very well.
Yeah, I love that song, and I was listening to that song a lot recently, and I was like, what is this song saying? Oh, this song is saying a lot of things, and I just didn't listen. And now that I'm like, an adult and aware, and I can read past sixth grade, right? I'm just like, ooh,
Hmm.
I'm just like, ooh, ooh, that was deeper than I thought. That was, so you know, but yeah, we have clothes all over the place. We have clothes all over the place.
We do. You reminded me of a video I just saw. I forgot the name of the YouTuber. I can look it up real quick while I'm talking about it. But um, long story short, this YouTuber, ooh, this is a while ago. He made a video about making a Jason Derulo song, and how that works. Like, I don't know if Jason Derulo has made music recently. I haven't looked it up, but back then, Derulo song parody.
Like back in like 2010, when Jason Derulo was still more popular.
Sure. Okay, Brett Domino. or Brett Domino. That's his name.
Brett Down. Okay.
But Brett Domino did a thing where he was like, "How to make a hip hop song like Jason Derulo," and it's kind of accurate because he goes, "Hey, listen, um, all you have to do for Jason Derulo's song is, first verse, second verse, do a chorus that can be repeated over and over again. It doesn't have to be a long. It can be one line, and then pick a musical instrument or musical sound that is not of the normal sounds that you would typically hear. Right? Example: wiggle, 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 wiggle. Burr, 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 burr. Um, talk dirty to me. Right. Um, name another one.
Yep. Man, it's basically every Disney
Yeah,
song.
yeah. Just like that, right? So he goes. So we all we have to do is talk about a song that talks about uh, a woman that looks hot or sexy. So I'm going to type in sexy lines to say to a woman. You look sexy when you do that. Great, got it. Um, next, we just have to talk about in the verses. They're not that complicated. They're not that deep. He's basically talking about what he likes a sexy woman to do. So we're gonna say we're gonna think about a sexy woman and just talk about what she does. Sexiest woman alive now. Okay, it says here Jennifer Lawrence. We're just gonna talk about Jennifer Lawrence for the whole song. So he makes a whole song with it, and then uses a bassoon to make the weird sound noise,
Nice
and
one.
he
Yeah.
makes the song. I'll send it to you. It's funny.
Please do.
Uh, but yeah,
I do think that at least for when it comes to musical artists, I do think that like almost every single one of them have a certain process or certain appeal to them. Where it's kind of like, oh, that's a Jason Derulo song. Oh, that's a J Cole song. That's a whoever song, right? Like there's a certain, I guess, esque to them that makes it
yeah.
their song,
Hmm.
right? I don't know how to describe it. It's just like when I listen to Kendrick Lamar, I like listen to all of his music. I'm like, no, that yes, it is Kendrick Lamar. But then like sometimes I'll hear someone else like I think there was one like producer who was making fun of how to make Kendrick Lamar music.
Hmm.
And he's like, hey, I want you to put in the background the sound of a giraffe reciting the Pledge of Allegiance while fighting a spider.
Oh no, I saw that. I saw that one. No, I saw a video you're talking about. It's like
Yeah,
Like Kendrick. What does that even sound
yeah.
like?
I don't know, figure it out,
When to do it
right?
was it like a Pledge of Allegiance but in Spanish or something like that?
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Like
Hmm.
play the Pledge of Allegiance in Spanish and play it backwards. And that is something that Kendrick Lamar would do.
Hmm. Now, on this, you're gonna put on the next beat on top of a different beat. So you got me switching beats like I'm a DJ or something, bro. Hmm. But hey, it works.
It
Sometimes it
does work.
works. Listen, if you do the thing, I say this all the time with my wife. If you do the thing and you do it right
Hmm.
and you don't fuck it up,
Hmm.
it works. Okay, it
Hmm.
just works.
It works. I'm gonna add on to that. I'm gonna add on to that, right? If you do it and you did it wrong, or you didn't know what you were doing, were you doing it wrong in the first place?
Stamp
Mm.
AO approved, saying I like it, I
Mm.
love it, I love it. Um, two wrongs
That's
don't
awesome.
make a
Most
right,
people gonna look at that and be like,
but
mm,
three rights make a left. Cosmo from Fairly
mm,
Odd Parents.
mm, mm.
All right.
And
I
about 20 years from now, people are gonna listen to this and be like, that was the two dumbest things we've ever heard. And like, you have no idea.
I don't agree. those are not the two dumbest things that they ever heard. There are so many more dumb things that are being said right now.
You know what? I'm not gonna go there.
Nope.
I'm not gonna go
No,
there.
no. I'm a government employee. Don't say nothing. All right.
Hey, I'm a state. I'm hired by the state, so also I'm in New York.
Yeah,
We have corrections
I'm in
rates.
Texas. Oh no, man. Okay. Y'all, I think we're good. Are you good? Do you want to add anything else?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
All right, awesome. Hey, y'all, listen. Thank you so much for taking the time to. Whoa! Don't play that. Don't play that. Um, thank you so much for taking the time out to listen to us, to hear us talk about nonsense for the past few minutes. Once again, my name is Age of the Soul. This is Roka Sturk, and we are here
Hey, man.
being AO or AO. I don't know how do you
Yep.
close something like this? AO out.
Ayo out.
Hey,
That's it. We done.
AO
That's it.
out.
Ayo out.
Okay. Thank y'all so much. Bye.